This year we are elevating our journaling because this year we are not just going to be journaling, but curating journaling systems for our entire lives. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Julia and I have been journaling for quite a few years now. Over the years, I have realized that having just one journal is not sufficient for my lifestyle. As I've started to build a system for my journaling, I thought it would be so important to not only share my system, all the different journals that I have and that I use, I'm also going to be sharing how I made my very own traveler's journal. If you have been influenced from the internet like I have realized how important it is to have a system for journaling that you can take on the go for all of your needs. And this is exactly what we're making today. Every great video starts with some new craft supplies. Because I've never used a traveler's journal before, we had to get some supplies. I believe this is it. I believe. And of course, everything will be linked down below in case you're interested. All of this is basically from Amazon. I don't think this is real leather. This smells like leather. Is this actually leather? Wait. Okay. Has a band on the front. Oh my gosh. So what makes this different than most journals are these little bands on the inside. Basically what you do is you take a book or journal of your choice and split it in half and put it in here, and you can have a system of journals. The reason that I went with this one over any others are because of two reasons. Number one, I loved the little pockets in the front. Number two, I will show you why in a second we need this, but I needed this back pocket. It also comes with a little pen clip, which I love. Eventually, I'm probably going to change out these. I don't know. I didn't buy new bands yet because I wanted to see how everything looked together before we change those out. Now, at this point, everything's going to be up in the air. I can't even remember everything that I got, so bear with me. First part of this, the customization is going to go hard. I got my own grommet kit. I wanted the end of this to have a little pizzazz, and I've seen a lot of these journals with grommets in them. These are quite large though, which I'm a little worried about. I really did not think about the size of these, so I hope they work. Oh no, I really didn't think about that. We're just gonna try it out. We're gonna wing this today. So I got both silver and like a brass gold, and it's basically a grommet making kit. At least this middle one will definitely have a little grommet. All right, here's some stuff that actually goes inside of this. Oh gosh, is this the right size? Oh wow, this comes with some extra bands. That's kind of cool. I couldn't find exactly what I wanted, but long ago I mentioned that I'm working on designing my own planner. I wanted a way to keep removable paper in my traveler's journal. So that's why I wanted this back pocket, and I was just gonna cut the front cover of this off to fit in here. But now I fear that might not be enough. Basically, I just needed like this back part in this binder, and I couldn't find just like an insert. So I thought we could kind of make it ourselves. Oh my gosh, wow, I way overdid with these. I'll show you guys some inspo pics for what I've been seeing people do, but I love when people take clips and put them on their journal for photos and stuff. I thought I could just get extra and I could use them as chip clips. I also got some notebooks because that's kind of the whole point of these traveler's notebooks, are to have notebooks. All right. Just for size reference, this is the A5 journal size. I like a journal size that's kind of more of like a book size. This comes with 5 of them. Let me show you guys what I mean by a traveler's journal in case you don't really get the vision. People take these smaller notebooks, take the little band, and voila. And you can just have a bunch of books. So it looks like I have 4 spots for notebooks right now. The last thing that I got, which I am the most excited / nervous about, is a hot foiling pen. I have not seen anyone do this yet, and I don't know why, but I basically want to hot foil my journal. So you get this little strip of foil and this pen heats up and basically presses the foil into a leather design. I already have a vision of the design that I want to do on the front of this, and we're kind of going, it looks like, for a silver theme, so I think I'm going to have to do silver grommets for this. So before we get into the fun part of decorating our system and organizing it, I think the best way to start is the exterior of this. This is the most amount of fun I have had on a project in a very long time, but it also took me an extremely long time to complete this. I thought it would take like maybe a couple of hours. I spent a majority of the day customizing this journal. Most of it is honestly because of the hot pen, which we'll get into in a second. I would recommend putting on your favorite show or some sort of comfort show for this because it is going to take a while. I just wanted to start off with the project that I knew was going to take me the most amount of time, which it did. It 100% did. You start off the project, I just read the instructions, so please don't quote me on any of this, but I just started off with taping everything down so it obviously doesn't shift. You'll see in a second, I kind of regret doing this because it did kind of wear the leather color of it, but I mean, over time this is going to get worn, so it is what it is. I wanted to go for a design that I have been thinking about for a very long time, which is the Avatar koi fish. If you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, you kind of know. It took me forever to do this. I sketched out the entire design with a pencil and it kind of like pressed on there so you could see it a little bit. And then I took probably 30 to 40 minutes just pressing it and going over it really well. You have to work super slow with this pen so it transfers. As you can see, the fish on the left ended up looking worse in my opinion because I didn't press it as long and I don't think the pen was hot enough. I think I should have waited a little bit, but I am so obsessed with the final results of this. If I only did this alone, I think I would be so happy. Just look at how gorgeous. The koi fish are a little wonky. The one on the left was obviously the first one I did, so it's not perfect. Then I went in with the grommets. I got a lot bigger grommets than I thought I did, so I just ended up doing this center one, so I at least had a little bit going on. I ended up going with the silver. I just think that like silver on silver looked really good. I'm definitely a gold girly, so this is very out of character for me. And this leather was a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. I tried so hard and ended up using a pen to kind of just expand the hole to put the grommet in. But as you can see, my table was a victim for everything that I did. I still cannot believe that I made a hole in the table. I don't know why I hammered something on a table. Don't ask me. And then it was just time to decorate everything. This is also what took me a really long time because I love this. It's like accessorizing your own thing. It's so fun. I went back and forth. I have a bunch of bag charms. I loved this angel that I had, but I just felt like it was a little bit too bulky for this journaling system. So I ended up going with a couple of silver keychains that I had. I got one from New York, and then I had this little yin yang one, which I thought was very appropriate. And I just thought it needed a little frill, so I added a bow. I went with something green to keep it a little more neutral. I feel like the green and the brown looks stunning. And then unfortunately, this part of the project just went completely south. I really wanted to have some sort of system in the back of this for my planner to remove pages and that. And there's a reason I've never seen a journal like this before because it just doesn't work. I spent forever trying to cut it down and realized that it's just too bulky and it just would not work. Just time to put in my journals, which I ended up going with a sketchbook, and then I did 3 of those thin paper ones that I got off of Amazon just to fill up all of the spaces. It is a little bulky, I feel like, with that sketchbook in the back, but it honestly works well, and I just used the little clip to hold all the pieces of paper down and it works perfect. And now that that is officially over, let's talk journal systems and why it is so important to have one. I get so many questions about journals in general, so let's start with what I opted to not have in this system. This is the journal I get the most questions about. this is my junk journal. If you have never seen before, a junk journal is kind of like a fun scrapbook idea, but it's specifically with pieces of junk or trash. And it's basically collecting things for fun to put in to a journal. It's one of those creative practices that I've absolutely fallen in love with, because to me, there is no right way. There's no way to be perfect about it. It's basically a perfectionist way to let go, and I really like that. This journal is a bullet journal. I will link it down below. This is actually my second one. I've used a bullet journal quite a lot and I really do love them. They're a cream colored paper with the soft little dots on them, which I really like. Next up is my first bullet journal that I got. I got this one in black, and this one did start off as a bullet journal with the like standard making all the pages, making it into a planner, kind of making each page whatever I needed it to be for. And it really did turn into a dump all for video ideas, actually. Now, I have quite a few of these already, but for argument's sake, let's just talk about the most recent one that I have. You guys have seen me unbox this. This is my newest journal. It's just from Amazon. This is basically my structured morning and nighttime journal. If you are interested in my morning and nighttime journaling template, I actually have a free one that you can download with a link in my bio. It's completely free to use. It's just basically the template that I use literally every single morning and every single night, and absolutely love it. I'll do an entire video just talking about a personal journal for reflection and thought and feelings, but that is what this is. And like I said, if you're interested in my morning and nighttime template, click that link down below. Now let's talk all the new and what I actually want to take with me every single day. So like I already mentioned, I am in the process of making my own planner, and as a perfectionist at heart, I will never put something out there that I am not absolutely fond of quite yet. So one of these has become specifically dedicated towards my planner. It'll give me a great way to jot ideas down, make designs for things, and try it out on a very personal level. My second one is going to be for my book clubs. One of my goals in this past year, as I enter into a very adult era of my life, was to start a book club. And somehow I've single-handedly not done one, but 2 book clubs. As I've started doing that, not only do I want to annotate and write things down for you and for future videos, because I build a lot of inspiration from those books, filling this book specifically for book club and books. It's basically a book. And my third book, as you probably could tell from this, is going to be basically a dump all for thoughts, for ideas, for anything in my creative process of my videos. I haven't decided how I want to customize these, so please let me know. I'm kind of thinking of doing something fun with my YouTube channel in here or something. I don't know. This is the last part. So originally I really thought that I was going to put my bullet journal in here because I thought it would be a great place to store everything. It just made sense in my brain. I'm not gonna bring all my markers and pens and stuff like that every single time. But something that I have been doing for my creative mind is getting back into sketching. I will be making many more videos about all of these. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed not only the creative process with me, but got something out of some inspiration for a new journal or some fun watching me do this. And if you went on Amazon after this and bought all of this stuff for your own traveler's journal, I do apologize. But like I said, everything is linked down below. I am not an Amazon affiliate, just to be clear, so I don't get money from plugging any of this. This is just my honest opinion from a girl who likes to journal and likes print paper things, but also doesn't have all the money in the world. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and like I said, my name is Julia. I post a new video every single Thursday and every single Sunday, so if you've not, make sure that you are subscribed down below, and I will see you back here again for some new journaling content very soon.